All right, welcome to the show. I'm JD Allen, a real estate investor, author of The Balance Method, and director of engineering with over 30 years of leadership experience. Through my journey in both business and investing, I've learned how mindset, strategy, and execution can create transformational results, and I love sharing those lessons with you here. Today, I'm excited to bring you a special guest, George Faulk. George brings a wealth of knowledge and experience that I know you're going to get a ton of value from. So let's dive in. George, welcome to the show. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, JD, my name is George Faulk. I'm with Kitchener and Brainerd Property Solutions and Legion Property Holdings. Before I go any further in the company about myself, I joined the military right out of college. I have a bachelor's degree in political science and history, and I went to school at Fayetteville State in Fayetteville, North Carolina, near Fort Bragg. I went join the Army and I stayed in there for 20 years, and then after that, I contracted to the government for about 4 or 5 years, and I got tired of bouncing around from contract to contract. So I finally landed a job at the State Department as a project manager. So I stayed there
Nice.
for 18 years until 24 November 24. But now, fast forwarding a little bit, I always wanted to own my own business because after traveling around the world and people coming to this country, creating their own business and own opportunity, I looked at myself and said, why not me? So in 2019, I created Kitchener Brainerd Property Solutions. Then later on, I brought on Legion Property Holdings. So in a nutshell, the business is this. And Kitchener Brainerd Property Solution is a renovation company. We started off at fix and flips. And then as
Okay.
time went on, I'm like, hey, dude, you're getting a little older, so you can't keep doing this stuff. And I haven't done a lot of them, but I said, well, I'll buy and I'll fix them, and then I'll hold them, put them in a holding company and create passive income. And along the way, also, I learned how to become an instructor in private lending. So we show people how to use their assets or retirement funds to invest in real estate safely, securely, and secure by the real estate and get high rates of return. But that's neither here or there. But that's a little bit about me. So enough of that stuff.
It sounds like you got a lot of experience with a lot of things. 20
I
years in the military is commendable, man. I appreciate
yeah.
it. Yeah. Dang. Tell me a little bit about this KB Property Solutions. Tell me a little bit about
Well,
this company.
Well, Kitchen and Brain Property Solution, and what we do is we specialize in solving complex property challenges by helping absentee owners to provide a short-term housing solution. But what's most impactful product is education. We show people how to use private money to earn high rates of return and be safely and security backed by real estate. Also, our niche is to sit down with people who have distressed properties, who's going through divorces, property managers who've just gotten to the point where they just tired of managing properties and owning them. So we sit down and talk with them to try to find a solution. If my company can't find a solution in our network, we know people that we can send them over to so that that individual or that small company out or that mom and pop shop out so that we try to be as inclusive and help them out as possible. We don't talk about money up front because if the first thing you want to close the deal is start talking about finances up front. They may be going through some situations, divorce, a parent is passing away, or they just lost a spouse, anything. So you try to show empathy and show interest in that individual, not a customer, that individual. We use the word family a lot, but we want to make sure that we're not saying that you're family, but we want to treat you as a human being and be respectful of your time and place and your circumstances. And that's what kind of sets off a little bit from the rest of these big companies who buy and flip and all this kind of good stuff come in.
Right.
We'll get your house, blah blah blah. Then next thing you know, bam, they're gone. So
Right.
no, we try to follow up at it and go from there. I know that's a lot, but
No,
basically,
man, that's one thing I like about you is you do care about the people you're working with.
you
That's a big deal, man.
you got to because
Yeah.
you never know where your next lead may come from. Deal with them, but hey, they might say, "Oh, I remember George how he treated me, or how that company
Yeah.
treated me, or I could say, hey, look, I got a good buddy down in North Carolina that I can send you to. He's next door. He'll talk to you. He'll take care of you. And let me know how everything went.
Yeah, I love
It's the
that.
personal touch.
Nice, nice. So, okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions now
Okay, sir.
about the network. So, before joining the One Deal Millionaire Network, where were you actually stuck?
I was stuck I was getting leads in, but the leads I was getting, it was taking a lot of time to go through them and analyze them, and I wasn't finding good deals or good leads. And at the time, at this current stage of my life, I'm looking for those multifamily properties that was going to build passive income for me because a little bit senior, not too old, but I'm close to 70, and getting out there, knocking down walls and building up all that. That's not what I want to do. It's all about trying to build a legacy and that building that passive income. And I would like to travel a little bit more, just a little bit, get
Yeah.
away from the guys, enjoy life a little bit, just a little
Right.
bit.
That's
That's all.
good, man. Was there anything you were telling yourself that was keeping you from taking action, or did you ever have an issue with that, or are you good on that part?
I was telling myself I had gone through the training and all that kind of good stuff, but I guess I didn't have confidence in myself. I was, as they say, a little gunshot. It was scared to pull the trigger on it. And I said,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have the finance and the funding. And so I had to sit down and have a hard talk with myself, say, look, dude, it's now or never. So
Right.
I stepped out. I took that one step out.
Nice, man. Is there anything that made you kind of start pulling that trigger, make you start executing?
I had to start believing in myself. I had the training and all that kind of good stuff, but all the knowledge in the world is kind of sort of no good unless you go out and try it and see if you can do it for yourself.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's funny. We read all these books and watch all these podcasts, and that first action actually teaches you more than just about any of that a lot of times. It's crazy.
Hmm.
So,
I agree
all
with
right,
that.
I do have a good one for you. So in the first few weeks, was there anything that actually made you feel a little uncomfortable, like the broker calls or underwriting, any of that sort of stuff?
The broker calls, yes, trying to, because some brokers will talk with you, some brokers won't. I was nervous about talking with the billion-dollar brokers, and I'm not ready to go there yet, but I'm
Yeah,
getting closer to talk. But brokers, yes. Underwriting deals, I'm like, oh my God, here's a $2 million deal or a $5 million deal. I'm saying, man, I don't know if I can do this or not because I got intimidated by the numbers.
right,
But
right,
going through this method or this type of instruction, the deal, no matter if it's a $500,000 deal or a $5 million deal, the process is still the same. So,
right.
I just had to reconcile with the numbers because the numbers you can't beat them, and you just have to go with it.
The one thing is we're going to make a series of these podcasts,
Okay,
and so we're going to see where you're at today. And what I
okay,
hope is 6 months to a year down the road, you're like, I closed those $5 and $10 million deals versus I'm talking about looking at those $5 or $10 million deals. That's the goal, right?
that's the
Gonna,
deal. I would love. It would make me feel like I'm in the ballpark with the big boys, which I know to
yeah.
those big guys, or even with you, that little $5 million deal. That's man, you do those with your eyes closed. I would like to get to that point.
Well, you're going to be at that point real soon. You're going to be at that point real soon.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. I wake up every morning saying, "This is I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm
Yeah.
walking." Yes,
So
no
walk me
fear.
through this first broker call. What did you like about it? What was there anything that kind of caught you off guard or that scared you a little bit or the good
Uh,
things too?
As you know, the first broker call was really, I just walked in the office and knocked on the door because I was introducing myself in that area because I had my children that lived in the area and I was down visiting. And I said, well, I got to make this thing pay for itself. So
Right.
I didn't spend. So I just knocked on the door and introduced myself, and we started having a conversation. I said, hey, I was looking for an agent or a company or broker that I like to talk with, or maybe we could team up and do some projects or things of that nature, or you could send me listings that are not on the MLS. And so as time went on, I
No, you're
found
not.
out that this company that was a mom and pop company started back 40 some odd years ago. A retired Air Force colonel and his wife started the company, and they soon passed on. Now the daughters have it. And I'm finding out that one of the daughters who retired as a school teacher and her sisters are running it, but the main one, her husband has a terminal cancer. It's no
Right.
curable for that myeloma. So now it's gotten to the point where it's health issues, and they're wanting to sell the company off that piece. Another broker I met at a North Carolina real RIA meeting, and just by having that conversation again, tell them about myself, what I'm doing, and casual conversation, I found out this broker used to go to school with my younger brother. And I was
Okay.
like, wow. And so that made it a little easier to talk to her. And I just asked her about if she have any listings that come up that have not come up on the MLS, please put me on the list and give me a call. And so as went on, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable talking with them and a personal level. Not ready to talk to the big guys, no. But
Right.
every day, not I hate mom and pop is okay, but those companies, those small companies that have been established, I'm getting more comfortable just walking in, introduce myself. Hello, how you doing? This is my company, and then we have a conversation. What I do is try to find some commonality between the two of us, either by through illness, by through travel, by just having the conversation and shut up and listening. Right now, I'm talking too much, and
No, you're not. This
I'm
is
talking
about you.
too.
This isn't about me. So
Well,
you're doing just fine, man. You're doing just fine.
yeah, I don't. I'm boring. I don't find myself interesting. I do
Nah,
talk, but nah.
I don't agree with you, George.
All right, sir. Thank you,
So
JD.
yeah, man. So okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about the zip codes because one of the first things I asked you to do is identify three zip codes. Did that help you out, or was it something that was really hard for you to think through?
At first, it was a little bit hard to think through because I'm thinking about the different parts of the country where things are growing. And then I said, wait a minute, I had to narrow my focus. And with those zip codes, I went in and believe it or not, with AI, with those zip codes, I had to find out where, instead of having the questions in my head and going out doing all the hard research, using I found the zip codes. I put in my criteria what I was looking for. It came back with several, and I decided what areas that I wanted to take a look at, which is closer to me, not in California, not out in Montana or South Texas, but right here in the
Right.
East Coast within 400 or 500 miles, I can get in the car and go drive and take a look at. So after I looked at those zip codes and then I did the analysis, that was the eye
Yeah.
opener. Yeah, that was interesting, that piece. So
Good.
I got the three zip codes, the three areas I would like to take a look at. I did the analysis, and then I want to start going further to see what's next.
Right. Right. Did it feel limiting at first or anything like that, or you felt good once you kind of decided to go all in on those three zip codes?
At first, it did. Once I made that decision, I was in because I already took that step. I'm walking towards it, but I'm not running. I'm stepping fast, but I'm not running towards because I want to keep my eyes open. And I know I'm one of those people. I need to stay focused because anything can the
Right.
distraction come up. But yes,
Totally understand. So, what was the one surprising thing about Proformas? Was there anything about Proformas that you didn't know prior to coming in the program, or what are your thoughts on those?
Proformas, I didn't know a lot about them. I know a little bit, but after I got the information from whoever I got it from, brokers or agents or however, and start reading through those performers, it was a little intimidating at first. I saw all these numbers and this, that, and the other. Then once
Yeah.
you start digging into it, then I found out, wait a minute, do I had to start doing some research because the performer is somewhat like a marketing tool. Hey, I got you in. It's like those low interest rate. Come on
Right.
in, I got you. And then when you're in, then you get smacked. So
Yeah.
performers, they're great. They give you some information, but you got to dig into the information a little bit, and that takes a little time.
Totally get it. Totally get it. So you're early in the program right now, but
Yes,
I,
sir.
I do want to ask you, is there anything that has actually clicked in your mind since starting that you feel like has helped you kind of sprint a little bit, start to pick up some speed?
Confidence, belief in the training, telling myself I can do it, and start taking those steps. And and the ability to reach out and talk to a mentor like you. There's people out there say they'll mentor you with a high astronomical cost. I know it costs for mentorship, but this program is feels like the camaraderie, the people that we've talked to, you can reach out to them most of the time, and you can pick up information. So just learning from the program, you mentoring me, I'm able to reach out to you. Now I don't call you all kinds of night because that's
Right.
sometimes you got to get some you got to get some sleep when you got a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But I do know if I send an email or send you a text, you'll respond, and that's I like that. And at the same time, when you send stuff to me and I try to do the same thing, is the communication
Yeah.
is the key.
I
Right here.
appreciate that. Yeah, the thing is I want it to be more of a family. I really
Mhm.
do, and I want everybody to be successful. And so it's people like you that actually help with that too. So that's a big
Right.
deal. It's a big deal. So
I
how
got
how would you say your confidence has changed since week one, or not in theory, but kind of like in actual conversations, or has it? Do you notice anything in that realm?
Yes, because I'm sitting here talking with you in this podcast. Any other time, I would have never done this. Be honest with you,
Right.
I've taken those trainings at in other jobs I've had, and you sit there and you film yourself and all that kind of good stuff, and you look at it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm a bumbling idiot. But right now, it seems like I'm talking over myself, but I'm comfortable. I would, like I said, I would have never done this before. Podcast, I'll say, oh no. But as you know, I volunteered. I say, hey, I'll do the second one. Let's go do this darn thing. So
Right.
by being in the system, hey man, uh, I'm comfortable doing it. I'm just sitting here in my chair. I'm not drinking any coffee.
Right. I'm drinking coffee. I got my
Uh,
coffee going right now. Look at
I'll get me a cup in a minute.
that. All right.
But being in the program, I would have never done a podcast. This is the first
Okay.
one ever I've done.
That's nice then. I like being the first one with you, man. So
Uh-oh. I
so let
won't
me
be.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. What do you understand now about deals or brokers that you didn't understand before?
Brokers are people too. They also want to have that relationship.
Yeah.
They are okay, yes, they are in the business to make money also, but yet and still is that network. They like they those who are true brokers and some brokers will take an interest in you. They would like to see you succeed because if you succeed, guess what is going to happen with them? They're going to succeed, and man, and then they'll make more money. I was going to say their pockets going to get fat. They ain't hungry no more.
I like that. Their pockets are going to get fat. We're
Mhm.
hoping so, right? If
Yeah,
everybody
yeah, that's
wins in
what we're
that
hoping.
situation.
So, I mean,
Right.
and also with the brokers, it opened up other doors because they know people that you don't know.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
That's what I'm finding out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you a question
Uh-oh.
this time more so on the method. So if someone is on the fence right now about joining the program, like they need a little more time to prepare or something like that, is there any advice you would give to them?
Yeah, I would say if someone says, I just need a little bit more time to prepare, I would tell them the time is now. Just trust yourself, the training that you receive, and take steps. Don't run. Just just take one step, take another step, and then you'll be surprised at what you have accomplished and where you're at. You start off at one, you start off the starting point, then you look behind you, it's like, oh my God, look how far I've come. And in 6 months, next thing you know, you got a business going, you're hiring people. So what I'm just saying is you already got the training. You just trust yourself. You may not know what you're doing, and I've been in that shoes, and I still don't know what I'm doing. But building that confidence in myself, I'm stepping forward. And the thing about it, you never know what your abilities are until you do something.
You're right. You're right.
And
That's
that's
some good advice, man. Yeah.
You never know. So that's where I'm at. Am I still got a little apprehensive? Yeah, I'm not gonna stand up here, big bad army dude, drill sergeant, all that. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. No, definitely not it. And
Yeah.
I have had and get rid of those naysayers around you, family, friends, all that kind of good stuff. I had to cut some of my naysayers off, and I won't say exactly, oh, you too old, that costs too much money, and blah blah, this, that, and the other. And then that stuff starts sinking into your psyche. You start saying, well, they might be right, blah blah. But look at what they've done, because they may have pushed the envelope to their ability.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now let's see what you can do. That's where I'm at. See what I can do.
We're gonna see what you can do, George. I
I
got
can't.
faith in you.
Well, all
We
right.
got it.
All right,
Yeah.
coach. Hoorah.
Right. All right. So do you have any final thoughts or anything you wanna put out there and before we close, or you feel good?
Only I feel good. I have no final thoughts. I'm glad that I got into this program. I have looked at other programs. I've gotten the training and all that kind of good stuff, but I was scared to I wouldn't say, yeah, I was, well, the word is apprehensive, but I'm gonna say I was scared to do anything. And I kept talking to people. They say, well, you do this and do that. And then after a while, people get tired of you talking and you haven't done anything. You say you got a company, blah, blah, blah. Then
Right.
he ain't doing nothing. He just talking. So I'm at that point where no more talking. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. That's all I can see. That's the part
Yeah,
that gets
yeah.
me. I'm ready. I just
No,
want
hold, hold,
just go
hold.
do it. I don't want to think about it. Just do it.